Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. My name is Lisa. Whether you're new or returning, I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to your daily reading for June 22nd, 2022. This is a general public reading, so some, none, or all of it may apply to your situation. So please just take what resonates and leave the rest. Also keep in mind that time is fluid and not linear, which means that for each individual person, that means this could have already happened, this could be happening right now, or this could happen in the future. And also keep in mind that we all have free will to change the outcome of any reading at any time for any reason. And then we would just get blessings or karma accordingly, and Saturn decides that and takes care of that. So I hope y'all are doing well today. I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't sleep a whole lot, but I feel like I slept good. And I just woke up happy with a smile on my face. I don't know what I was dreaming about, but apparently it was good. But anyhow, I hope y'all are doing well today too. And if you're not, there's a reason for it. And hopefully you know what that is so you can avoid it. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get started with the reading. It may be long, I don't know. First card that came out is the Ace of Cups. Brand new beginning, unconditional love, peace. And then we have that clarified by the Six of Cups in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. So, this is the masculine energy that is juggling this past, this person that they've known for a long time that has childhood wounds and that they're married to, and they're juggling and living a double life because it's like the masculine energy is being drawn to the love, but they're still juggling this old, dead, fruitless marriage. Until they just can't anymore. Clarify. Ace of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Cups. It's just here in the cards that these emperors, they're leaving these old, loveless, dead marriages for love, because they're just so starved for the compassion and the love and the nurturing that they just have to go. Emotionally and physically. And in all ways. It's clarifying the Eight of Cups is the Death in the reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. Well, they realize now that being afraid of change was a complete failure now, because that's why these emperors couldn't take that leap of faith for that Ace of Cups before, because they were uncomfortable with change, and this was a huge change, and this was something that they just weren't prepared for. So that's why they decided to stay where it was comfortable. What they already knew. But that turned out to be a complete failure with the Five of Swords in the reverse. That was the Emperor, being the Emperor in reverse, trying to control a situation that he couldn't control. Guess he needed to learn that that was being overly controlling in a situation. It's because these divine masculines were not following their intuition, ignoring their intuition, suppressing their intuition, and just juggled what was familiar to them, because they're so uncomfortable with the idea of change that it really made these emperors panic. the next card out we have is a Chariot. So, whenever these emperors leave, they're going straight somewhere else. The Chariot. And of course, the Nine of Wands showed up first because the Karmic Feminine, she showed up in the reading. But anyhow, they're very insecure about this. They're very angry. They're very aggressive about it, and they're just very irritated and annoyed about it. Also clarifying the Chariot is the Two of Cups and the Star. That's why they're annoyed, because they know that these emperors are on the way to heal this mutual love, this divine connection, to heal it, to resurrect it, to bring it back to life. And that really frustrates this karmic to no end, because they don't want to give you up, but they'll always let you down. They'll always run around and desert you. They're always gonna make you cry, always gonna say goodbye, always gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Yeah, that's all this karmic will ever do. But they never want to give you up either. It's horrible. It's the worst rickroll in the world. Clarifying the Chariot is the Justice. Like, this is what's fair, right, just, and balanced, man. This is karmic justice. Clarifying the Justice is the Ten of Wands and the Strength. It's like being in this complete disloyal energy and in this unforgiving energy and this victim mentality and this weak-willed energy. That's a huge burden, and it's karma. This Ten of Wands is karma for this disloyal behavior, being unable to control your emotions, the aggressive, hostile emotions. There's a lot of karma delivered to the Karmic Feminine about that. There was a lot of karma delivered to the Karmic Feminine about just being very weak-willed in general, being sexually promiscuous, being very reckless in their energy, period. I mean, this is someone who is a tyrant. And they needed to learn that the way that they were acting was not fair, and the situation needed to be righted, because these karmic feminines have been acting very unfairly and unhinged and unbalanced. They just went complete psycho. And then one day the Emperor just shows up and says, I'm tired of giving you fucking money. I don't want to be committed to anymore. I've been thinking a lot about what I really, really want. And what I want is not this. Yeah, Four of Swords with the Nine of Cups. King of Pentacles just doesn't want to provide anymore to the Karmics because of all of this nasty nightmare negativity that these Karmics had to share with them. So it really got this King of Pentacles really thinking long and hard, focusing, resting, and meditating on exactly what they want, what their wish fulfillment is. As a result of finding out about the karmic spell work, the magician in the reverse, the spell work, the black magic witchcraft by moon phases, and also all of the manipulation and the lies and the deceit and the trickery. And whenever these divine masculines caught them in the act of black magic or negative energy, spell work, or whatever, however they did it, I just saw 1010 on the counter, and that was the end. And the emperor showing up as the King of Pentacles in the reverse is showing that they're no longer giving the karmic money. They just abruptly, all of a sudden, stopped investing in the karmic, and immediately waiting for their ships to come in. The emperor planning for the future. It's like, as soon as they found out about the spell work, the Seven of Pentacles went in the reverse, which means that they stopped giving financially to the karmic like they did before, and they started planning better, planning their departure here, because the next card out is the Two of Swords in the upright. This is indecision, stalemate, a decision that is this decision's been made by the emperor, but the Two of Swords is in the upright because the Empress in the reverse is disagreeing. They still want to collaborate. They still want to work together with the Emperor. They still want to have this contractual marriage. You do this for me, I do that for you. That's prostitution. I'm sorry, it really is. This is like making a job out of being over emotional and very immature and sexually aggressive and financially aggressive. The Empress in reverse is not a kind or a loving mother or spouse. They just want to collaborate. It's not about the love. They want the money. That's it. And that's why they're blocking this whole divine connection here, because the karmic is so fixated on this money that they're willing to do whatever it takes to stand in the way. Clarifying the Two of Swords is the Three of Swords. It's just going to end in the karmic's heartache. Clarifying the Three of Swords is the King of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles in the upright. And all they're brokenhearted about is that this emperor doesn't love them and this emperor isn't giving to them anymore. They miss the days where the love was there and the money was there. But they're also very upset that the emperor is planning to give their money to another when they wanted their money for themselves. The emperor has some kind of gift or money or something that they're withholding from the karmic that they want to give to the divine feminine. I don't know what that is. It could be a present, it could be anything. But whatever it is, it's reciprocal. There's an exchange, equal give and take. I guess the karmic's also brokenhearted of the fact that they're unable to have reciprocity because they don't have anything to give. That's why they keep taking. It's 5:55 in the morning, and all these changes are happening. Changes that are leading to endings. These karmics are upset. They're devastated. They're flipping the fuck out. They're heartbroken. They're losing their shit because they don't know what they're going to do for money now. I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious, but oh boy, what can you do? The next card out is the Eight of Swords. This is being stuck in belief systems. This is being stuck. And these belief systems are, they're false. They keep you trapped. They keep you blindfolded. They keep you stuck. And keep you going in behavioral patterns. This is also spiritual or physical jail, or both. Clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. This is clearly saying that the karmic feminine will not be granted a new beginning until they heal their broken heart. Because down here, they're heartbroken. Because the Emperor doesn't love them, and they're missing that money. And the universe is saying to the karmic feminine right now that you will be in this spiritual, mental, physical, emotional jail until you heal your broken heart. Whenever that happens, you can have your brand new beginning in love and career opportunities and just whatever. But it's going to take a lot of work first. You will have no new substantial relationship that will amount to anything until that spiritual growth has occurred. It'll just be withheld until that broken heart is healed. Because that is the very soul wound of these karmic feminines. They came into this incarnation brokenhearted from previous lifetimes. And because of that, they unconsciously lived their whole life brokenhearted and breaking hearts the whole way through. And then it became obvious. But hurt people hurt people. And when you're heartbroken, the divine is going to separate you from people until you can heal yourself. Because you can't be hurting people. The universe won't allow it. Got the Eight of Swords clarified by the Sun in reverse. The karmic is pissed about this. Well, who cares? It doesn't matter. You're pissed that you're trapped by your own broken heart. You're pissed that you're trapped by your own rage. Take care of it then. It's your responsibility. Your overall mental, physical, emotional, financial, spiritual health is up to you. It is not anyone else's responsibility to heal you but you. And that's what you've been using these emperors for. And when you came into this lifetime brokenhearted, it left you with that core soul wound of being unable to love or nurture. 1919 on the counter. Because you never had it. You don't know what love and nurture looks like. And because of that, you have no love and nurture to offer to your own children and your own spouse and whoever else is in your life that you're close to. You have all this fucking water in your chart. You're supposed to be a caring, combined, and compassionate person. Supposed to be someone who is very inspirational someone who was very healing, magnetic, dynamic, in the spotlight. But instead, this is you. Mad, holding grudges, with physical and emotional and mental health issues, spiritual health issues, especially because of the sexually transmitted demons. Clarifying the sun is the Knight of Cups in the reverse and Temperance. This is the energy that has to be balanced out. Is this empty, flirtatious, promising the sun and the moon and the stars and not being able to deliver, not being caring, not being giving, not being loving, not being nurturing, just being very oppressive in general. This is someone who is extremely emotionally immature, mentally immature, but especially emotionally, because it's Cups here. They just don't have the capacity to love or care or nurture or anything. All they know how to do is flirt and seduce and destroy. 2121 on the counter. So, any angel numbers I call out in this reading, the link is in the description box below for the Angel Numbers Index. The next card that came out is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this is about spiritual lessons. This is a spiritual teacher. This is someone who is highly respected. This is someone who has very traditional belief system. Very old-fashioned. Very much the kind of person that defines their whole identity by their commitments and how people see them, like, as respectable. But clarifying this, but this is also the marriage as well, and Taurus energy. But we had the Emperor in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I was talking about. The Emperor was overly controlling the situation by juggling this old, stale, loveless marriage that had lots of toxic childhood issue problems and a lot of history. And they didn't stand up for themselves. They didn't take control of the situation. They stayed in it because of the unfamiliarity of the Ace of Cups, and it freaked them out, and they were just afraid of change, so they tried to control the situation here, the Emperor in reverse. But really, this Emperor in reverse was just a projected energy, because the Empress in the reverse, they have Aries, and one karmic feminine in particular has Aries in their 6th and their 7th houses, which is the Emperor card. The 6th house is all about your daily duties, your reputation, and your physical health. And the 7th house is the 7th house of partnerships. So when this karmic feminine, is in any kind of a relationship, the karmic feminine is overly controlling and dominating, and they're overly controlling in their everyday lives, and they're overly controlling about how people see them, like their reputation. This is someone who lies for public relations, like the Karmics, because they're just good at presenting a false image. But the Wheel of Fortune is here. The universe is saying, no, you ain't copping out by staying into this shit. The universe had different ideas, because these emperors have a destiny, and these karmic feminines, they have some other destiny too that they need to go and find. Because all these two people are doing is wasting time here, hurting each other and using each other. period. And the universe stepped in and said, well, fuck all that. We're going to have a very sudden change of events here. Clarifying the Hierophant is the High Priestess in the reverse. So this is saying that the Emperor did not follow their intuition when they chose to stay with the old, stale, dry, loveless marriage. Clarifying the High Priestess in the reverse is the King of Wands in the reverse and the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is confusion and options and contemplation and fantasy, dreams. But the King of Wands is in the reverse because they didn't make a choice, or they chose incorrectly. They didn't choose according to their love and their passion. They stayed hanging back, thinking. But overly thinking is devil energy. It's about what you feel. They rejected what they felt, suppressed it, ignored it, and then just started being obsessed with the ideas and the fantasy and the dreams of the new connection, but not taking any action toward it. The King of Wands in reverse. Someone who was not in their power and authority. Because these emperors felt compelled to stick with their commitment. So they were afraid of change. The new seemed too good to be true. But that led to complete and utter failure. I have 4 other sets of cards here. I'm going to go ahead and read them out. They were important. The Lovers with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's been a lot of lies and a lot of gossip and a lot of slander. A lot of false ideas and beliefs about this spiritual, unconditional, divine love. Mostly because spiritual connections, they're not really understood. You can't help how you feel. Yeah, these emperors, they were in these marriages when they met their divine counterparts. But these marriages, they were being delayed from ending anyway. That's why the universe allowed these emperors to actually meet their divine counterpart. As a sort of catalyst for their growth and development, to get the attention to the divine masculine, like, hey, what are you doing here? You're wasting your time. This situation's very unfair. Justice in the reverse with the Chariot and the upright. These karmic feminines have not been playing fair at all this whole time. And now that you're aware, you're moving forward with victory, success, and forward movement. Nothing's stopping you. The Chariot's here twice. There is nothing fucking stopping you. Then we got the World in reverse and the 5 of Cups in the upright. This is an open cycle of sadness, depression, guilt, and remorse and shame for the karmic feminine until they heal. Because this was what was at the top and the bottom again to clarify who this is. This is the karmic feminine. You're going to be in this open loop of depression, sadness, guilt, remorse, and shame because of this behavior. Knight of Swords in the reverse, being a liar, being a manipulator on all fronts. Someone who is very aggressive, abusive, toxic. Someone who is extremely dishonest. Someone who withholds facts and information. Someone who is passive aggressive. Who will be smiling in your face and doing some nasty, rotten shit behind your back. And then the Queen of Cups in the reverse is saying that they're really cold-hearted about it. There's cold malice in their heart. They don't care about how they're treating people. This is why the universe had to come in and show them why they should care. And they'll feel this way until they want it to stop. And when they want it to stop, they have to heal themselves so they can flip from the reverse to the upright. So that the karmic feminine can follow their path of their destiny with confidence. Because this ain't it. There is nothing growing from this but resentment, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, and most especially codependency. And none of those things are positive. This marriage has rotten fruits. It's corrupt. And all marriage is like this. Burkana came out. The Divine Feminine card. So Karmic Feminine, listen up. It's time for you to find your creativity again. You have a skill or a talent that is creative, Karmic Feminine, that you are not using because you have no confidence in it. You need to be focused on your creativity at this time. The rune is linked to fertility, beauty, and the ability to take care of others. Well, you've already had children because you're the Empress in the reverse. So you're fertile. There is some kind of beauty about you, but it's all on the surface. Because you do not have the ability to take care of others. This is the problem. You're going to have to find creative outlet that is positive, that can help you learn how to love and nurture yourself. Because it has to start with you. Love yourself the way you want. Love yourself the way you wanted to be loved by another. Except this way, you're forcing yourself to do that instead of forcing someone else to do that, which is slavery. In order to be a classic Divine Feminine, this ability to nurture and take care of others must be healed, Karmic Feminine. And it starts with loving and nurturing and protecting yourself. A woman runs to meet a child, and in the background, a swan, a symbol of purity, swims gently in the lake. The time has come to celebrate creativity, tenderness, and strength that come from being receptive. There is great beauty at being in the service of others. This is something. The only way that these karmic feminines can learn to do that self-care and... Okay, so in order to heal that core soul wounding of the karmic feminine being unable to love, care, or nurture, this is what needs to happen. They need to focus on loving and caring and nurturing themselves. And while they're doing this, they need to find something that they can volunteer with that's going to be helpful and serving to others. Something that's going to make a lasting impact on another person's life. Because that's the fastest way to heal a broken heart. To use your pain to help someone else heal their broken heart. And then you're healing each other. Inspiration comes only to those who know how to listen and embrace the stimuli surrounding them without necessarily acting right away. At this time, karmic feminines, you're too impulsive to be inspirational. Which is another reason for this breaking you down by the universe. Because you have to be shown what doesn't work so you can build yourself up from the ground up to be your own self-made person, karmic feminine. It's time for you to start taking care of others without asking for anything in return. You're very demanding on your payment for doing your regular duties. That's what this is all about. It's like you being a homemaker is your job, but you're not doing your job right and you're still expecting to be paid for it. That's what that is. Do you believe that tenderness is for the weak? I think you do. Because you pray and you take advantage of kind and tender-hearted people all the time. Karmic feminines. But it's time to shift that thinking, because tenderness is actually an important virtue to have. If you do not have empathy for others, then that's a huge problem. Because then you can justify in your mind to treat people any old way, and you're doing it. It's very unethical and very immoral, and in some cases illegal. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Berkana protects those who are on the verge of giving birth to a child, either in the flesh or symbolically. Well, the divine feminine is giving birth to a spiritual union. The karmic feminine is giving birth to an opportunity for their own initiation on their destiny path. Which means the karmic feminine has a choice to go all in, go for their own destiny and do their own thing, or ignore it. peace, or the path of peace, is following the old dream that they once had, the first dream before this marriage even happened, like a childhood dream or something like that, about what they aspired to do with themselves and their lives, something about being in the public eye, a celebrity, some kind of public attention or platform or political figure or what the fuck ever, some kind of an inspirational leader who inspires people to have hope and faith, and someone who is a healer on some way, shape, or form. That is the karmic feminine's potential, but they'll never reach that potential until the emperor stops completely collaborating with them 100%. And the karmic feminine sure isn't making that easy, because they're going right after the very thing that is not good for them. And, you know, these two people are not good for each other. They're the exact opposite of each other. One's the divine masculine's a very kind, nurturing, compassionate, loving, giving, caring person. And the karmic feminine just pretends to be loving, when really they're just in it for money, sex, power, and whatever their addictions are. Just whatever they can get. 41 on the counter. They're being paid for a job that they're not even doing well in, because the children are being abused or neglected or something, or mistreated in some way, or just even neglect, you know, just letting them do whatever they want and buying them off of money or presents, and to keep them out of y'all's hair or whatever. I don't know what the situation is, but I'm sure something like that fits. There's something about the karmic feminine showing their love from gifts, but that is not real love. That is manipulation. So that's your reading for today. Thank you all so much for supporting my channel and my work and all the ways that you do. I appreciate all you brought. I just saw 42 on the counter. So go ahead and check out the double number digit 42. Magnify it twice. I'm sure it's fitting somehow, some way for someone. So this is all about self-love, self-care for the karmic feminine, which involves focusing on themselves and not on the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.